We are live.
Hi.
Hello, everyone. Okay.
Hello.
So, can someone confirm that we are visible? Nope. Let me just uh, fix Revant's camera. Hi, Sandeep. Welcome back. Hi, Hemant. Awesome, awesome. So, we are live. I'm just adjusting your camera, Revant. Give me a minute. I don't know why the
Okay,
crop is. No, there is some
you
crop
can
issue. Mm-hmm.
you can see my screen, right? Full my screen is visible.
Yep, it
Or is
should be. No, no, the screen is basically I will switch to that scene. But
okay.
before that, I'm just adjusting your front camera from my side.
So
So Sandeep
so
says hi, Revant.
hi Sandeep.
So Simple says Walaikum Salam. Chalo lunch karne. Ah, it's lunch time. We'll have lunch. Sure.
Yeah, you can have your lunch.
Yeah,
We
while
will
while while we do it. Yeah. Cool. Revant, can you just like maybe your laptop lid? Can it go a little bit uh,
there up.
little down, little up? Oh, Frappe
Okay.
was t-shirt, nice. Okay, so you're not in completely in the view, but
I will. I'll just check my that will recursively.
yeah, that's fine.
Uh,
Just check it out once.
okay. So I'm. This is fine.
Ah, this is like much better, much better. Cool,
Yeah, but
cool.
when I start talking, it will move. So
Ah, that's fine.
uh, for now, this is fine. Yeah.
Cool. Hi Salim, welcome back. Hi Saad. Hi Niaz. Good day Kenneth, welcome back. Hi Ashish. So, a lot of people joining in today.
Yes.
Awesome.
Hi everyone. I cannot see the names and all. Just
Yeah, if you
yeah.
want. Hi Alberto, welcome back. Hope like you
Hi.
reached home fine and resting now after the exhaustive conference trip. Hi Sanath. So Revant, if you have like a phone on your side, you can like open this stream and pause it, basically, so you can view the live chat if you want.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
the same link. Should I share the link on Telegram or something?
Yeah, you can share that on Telegram.
Let me just share on Telegram, so you can watch the chat too. That way it is more interactive. Okay.
Yeah, I can see now. Yes, I
Yeah,
got
yeah.
the link. I just opened.
Awesome, awesome. So just keep it on mute and pause, so
Okay.
otherwise it will echo. Yeah. Hi Aminu, welcome back. Company of the Giants. Cool, cool. Welcome, welcome everyone. So there was this is after a 2 weeks break. So I was out for the conference. Hope you might have seen the conference live stream recordings. If not, do check them out. They are on Frappe's YouTube channel. A few announcements from the conference directly that we made. So first is like the articles feature is now live on Build with Hussain. I published the first article this morning. So if you visit, let me just share my screen if possible. Build with Hussain, not live. Yeah. Hussain with guest with screen share. Yeah. So this is like the website. Now you have a featured article section, and you also have a beginner section. So in the featured articles, there is like the one article that I published. So you can see like top 10 announcements of the Frappe was. Do check them out. And if you want them to be delivered in your inbox, sign up here and you will be good to go. And the other thing is batch. Yeah. So we announced this special training that I'm going to take for non-developers. This will basically framework plus cloud plus apps. So this won't include app development like the developer certification course, but all the non-dev stuff with version 15 Frappe and Frappe Insights, Frappe Cloud. So you can make the most out of it. Basically, consultants, people in marketing, sales, just read out, and it's like minimal cost compared to the other courses because we want like, but there are limited 50 seats, and out of those 4 are sold, and I haven't put up this anywhere in the social media, so this might get sold out soon. And it commences 17th of October to, so do check that out. So it's a one time training, not a recurring one, so might be a good idea to just enroll and join me there if you are want to make the most out of your Frappe site. And yeah, today we have Revant here. This was like the most demanded episode, I guess. So people have been asking for Docker and deployment in various streams, and I have promised them that okay, we'll do a stream as soon as Revant says yes. And Revant said yes like the moment I asked him, and here we are. So yeah, Revant, go ahead.
Yes. So
You can introduce yourself, by
I
the
came
way.
up with
Yeah,
this.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I am Revant. I answer all your Docker queries, any Docker container, Kubernetes queries on forum and issues. You will find me there, mostly helping out around self-hosting. And as part of the Frappe framework code, I help with OAuth. So that also I'm actively helping people on, and any general help as well. So that's my community contribution. I also have my company Castlecraft. This it is mentioned in the description, I believe. You can check that out as well. So we can start with containers, and that's we can start with this. What we
Cool, cool.
planned.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So let's start by deploying,
So
right?
you.
And then, so let me just
So
switch to your screen. Yeah,
okay.
your screen is visible now.
Okay.
Cool.
Uh,
You can begin, Revant. In the
yeah.
meantime, while
So
you are discussing, I will just share the gist with in the description as well in the chat.
yeah, this is a public. You can make this post public if you want, or just share it as a just anything is fine. So I made this list of topics that we can go through. First, we will start with the development. That's where we want to begin our app development or any kind of development. So uh, it might you for the production deployments you might have to wait, but this development bench, it can be bootstrapped very quickly using the Frappe Docker repository itself. So I can go through that process right now, and uh, we can we can then see what happens. So this we planned that we will set up game plan, which is a Frappe app, and it does not require ERP Next. It's it it uses Frappe version 15 or develop branch, the version 15 beta or the develop branch, and it has a main branch that is where the main development is going on. So we will try to bootstrap that application locally and start development of that application. That's the plan. I will have some trick which you can have when you have Docker installed, but that we will also check later. So let's just start with cloning the repository.
Just give me a minute, Revant. I'm just sharing the gist so people can follow along.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, Sajad. Yeah, it was nice meeting you too at the conference. So I met a lot of people, those who have been following Build with Hussain, and it was like really nice how. So yeah, one more announcement. We crossed like 1,000 subscribers on Build with Hussain. Thank you guys. Like it was really nice. But those numbers don't matter that much now after the conference because I saw like people coming to me and saying that how Build with Hussain episodes are helping them. That is what like really made my year, I would say, not the day. It's like really sweet of you. So yeah, Here is the gist. I will make it public. Okay, here we go. Episode 18, Docker with Revant. Yep. So here we go. Let's copy. Cool. Yeah, I've shared the gist in the live chat, so you can follow along.
Yeah, so I will clone the repository first. You can see the screen, everyone. It's
Yeah, it's
visible.
visible, Revant. Yeah.
I think the YouTube has some buffer, but for us it is faster. So I
Yeah,
will go very slow. So
that's fine.
now it is visible on YouTube. So
Yeah, so you can
let me
ignore the
clone.
YouTube part. It's like 1 minute behind, so you can keep it
Okay,
at pause, so it doesn't use up your bandwidth also.
okay,
So
okay.
I'm
So
tracking it from here, so you don't have to worry about it.
okay, so we just cloned the Frappe Docker repository in the directory build with Hussain. So we will just change to that directory. So this is what the gist also says. So now we want to bootstrap a development environment. For that, uh, VS Code dev container is already configured here. We just have to copy the dev container example to the .dev container directory like this. And same way we can copy the development VS Code example into .vs Code as well. That has some ready-made launch.json configurations there. So now this directory is ready to be opened with VS Code.
So is this bench or something else? The directory that you opened?
This is our Frappe Docker. This is our Frappe Docker repository, which I cloned as build with
Okay, so
Hussain,
you,
the
okay,
directory.
just the directory name is different, but the repository content is
Yeah.
same. Okay,
Yes. So
cool.
so we have this directory which has a bench. So you can have benches like this, so they don't conflict with each other.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can start one bench and do the development there. Then close this down, stop this, start the other one. So you can have like isolated setups like this. So I just have one called build with Hussain right now. So
Cool.
I opened that in VS Code,
Mm-hmm.
and VS Code has this dev container uh, extension that we will be using.
Mm-hmm.
So that has reopen in container. Basically, we have to open this directory in the dev container.
Okay,
So
so
that 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 does all the things that is configured in the example dev container that we copied in the first two steps.
okay,
So
nice.
so now I can yeah, we have the environment that is required to run and develop Frappe apps. All that is packaged into this dev container, and
Mm-hmm.
we have a Debian based Linux container which has all the tools to do development. So now we will just open the integrated terminal of VS Code. So we are inside this container now for the
Nice.
development.
So basically, what happened
So
is like VS Code detected the dev container.json file and
yeah,
like brought up all the containers necessary for the development environment for Frappe, right?
yes. So if
Cool.
we see Docker PS,
Mm-hmm.
it has all the containers. It has the main container in which we are developing the
Mm-hmm.
thing,
Mm-hmm.
and it has three Redis right now because this is the current state of the Frappe repository. After 15, there will be two, but right now there are three Redis and one
Mm-hmm.
MariaDB. So
Cool.
all four containers are external services and one container which is our bench development tooling and everything. So
Nice.
so we have this here. So we cloned it, we copied this, it's part of development. We made and we opened in VS Code. We will skip this mailhog part for now. I will come back to it later when we face that problem.
Cool.
So So we reopened it in dev container and we are inside the container now. So what we have to do is we will create a app JSON file.
Cool. So in the current state, Revant,
Yeah.
if I don't add anything in apps.json, so the containers are running. So does this mean I have a Frappe site running or no?
No, it is just the bench and the required tools for bench that are there in the container.
Oh, okay.
We don't have a version 14 or a develop or any kind of bench setup yet.
Okay,
Uh,
just the environment, the sandbox, if
yeah,
you mean.
yes,
Huh. Cool.
yeah, all the things which are needed
For
for
the bench and site. Got it.
yeah, bench site and general development. There is curl, there is wait for it, there are few, there is JQ. I think JQ is also available here, I believe. No, JQ is not there, but few
Yeah,
tools
all
are
the
there. Yeah, even sudo is there. So if you just need some tools, you can do sudo, and it will
nice.
apt get and give you the tools that you need. So this can help you inside a Windows WSL2 as well, but that for that you will need to dedicate a lot of RAM to the VM, the
Hmm.
Windows VM which executes which runs the which acts as the container host basically.
So
So
basically, Revant, there is a question in chat that before going into process deep, can you please explain why Docker, why not normal Ubuntu installation?
so that you can do with your manual setup anyway. So like you want to understand why we have chosen Debian image versus
No,
Ubuntu
no,
image, or
no. Basically, why Docker and containers instead of directly doing like the installation on the VM or the machine?
yeah, you can do that. You can do that. You can do that. But then I feel that it it conflicts with multiple benches when we have different types of environments from different versions of Frappe as well as forks of Frappe or any different environments that we want to do development on, and then we just have one native VM which has one type of Python and like one Node.js, and all is configured on that VM. Uh, and if you start messing up with that, like you want to add 2 3 Pythons, you have to then uh, configure your VM and install those Pythons in your VM, as well as no nvm Node.js in your in your native machine. And then if you choose to, then you are free to do that. So
Yeah, one
this
more thing
just
is like that this is because it's like a Docker image and all, so you don't have to worry about like Ubuntu 22.04, then like packages. So we define the image and then you can reuse the image. So exactly
yes,
you get all of the stuff configured and it's up
yeah.
with just
So
one or two commands, right?
so what, yeah, that's the point. So if I get a fresher or a developer who knows Python and development but does not know Frappe, but he has done development with VS Code, dev containers, the basics is there, so can just follow through that script, which will take 10 minutes. If we go through that script, you will understand it takes if we just saw right now, we opened this container within maybe 2 3 minutes, it's up here, and further 10 minutes down we will have game plan as well inside with a site running and set in developer mode and all that. And uh, that script and that bootstrapping of the setup speeds up anyone who is
New.
already familiar with VS Code and dev containers to start development with Frappe. So you know all those things. You just have to open it in dev container, run the installer, and you have the site up and there running.
Yeah.
Same thing. Same thing goes with multiple uh, like multiple benches as well. So you can have multiple benches very much bootstrap like this app JSON that we are trying to create. You can have different, like we clone build with Hussain, you can clone multiple
Yeah.
directories of the same Frappe Docker, and then each of them will have different configuration, different services that you integrate to and develop with, and then all of them are isolated. Even if you want to start them together, we can do that. We just have to configure few. Uh, we have to change few things in the Docker Compose, because we are exposing the same 8,000 port on all the Docker Compose YAMLs. So if you start all of them together, they will conflict. So you will have to change the ports on the Docker
Configuration, yeah.
Compose. That's about it, and then you can start multiple benches and then communicate or develop like that as well. So, and
Cool.
this is just the beginning. I can even add a Kubernetes cluster which is part of this, like MariaDB. There is a K3s container running which acts as a Kubernetes control plane that we communicate with, and then we
Yeah,
develop
yeah.
with
So
that.
we were having a
Then,
discussion about this yesterday, that we might have an episode like on advanced stuff
yeah,
like this down
yeah,
the line.
even
But yeah.
even forget the Kubernetes part. Even now, I have some advanced stuff which all
Hmm.
the developers might feel
Yeah.
that it is
Nice.
useful.
So
We
yeah.
will just go through that
Yeah, yeah.
right now,
So
and
let's set up like the site and game plan, and then we can dig deeper into why containers and what are actually containers. So there are container basics as well. So stick around.
yeah,
I think this answers Mumtaz's question. Does it, Mumtaz? And we can proceed. So someone asked, what OS are you using, Revant?
I am using Arch Linux.
Ah,
How do you call it? I call it Arch Linux.
yeah, yeah. Arch Linux is. I call it that as well.
Yeah, this is. I think this is the latest.
Cool. Yeah, we can proceed.
We will confirm it is the latest. No, I have one minor version. I have 6.5.3, not 4. So I created the game plan app JSON because we just want to install game plan right now, and I will just copy the next command as well. So this installer, uh, I will. This has a help of its own. This is a Python script. Uh, you can configure which app JSON file you need to feed it. The bench name default is Frappe bench. The site name, the first site development site that will be created, it is development localhost by default. We The Frappe repo is the default repo. If you are using your fork, you mention it here. Then the branch is version 14 default because that is a stable for everyone to start with. And we are not setting the Node and Python version. It is picking up from the default ones, uh, which is 16 for 14 and 3.10, uh, 3.10 for these are the versions that version 14 uses, but we need uh, 3.11 and 16 for our case right now. So that's why we changed the command, and the command is now like this with the parameters there. So I will just explain that command as well. So we are using the develop branch for Frappe. We are using 3.11.4, which is installed in this, which is the Python version, also available in this container. So the other question was like on a native machine, we would have to do that manually, whereas you have this ready-made. And Node version 18 is needed, and the app JSON that we created, we are passing it that app JSON, and minus V is for verbose. So before executing this command, I will again do bench help.
So while Revant is doing that, I would like to answer this question. We need simple improved docs for self-hosting. Whole point of low-code, no-code tools is to create without knowing how to code. Why not make it easy enough to install as easy it is to create apps? I think that part is solved by production containers. Is it, Revant? So if you want like just a Frappe instance, you don't have to deal with this dev containers and all, right?
Yeah, if you have this is for the developers and ease of developers. Then the next part is if you have everything prepared and ready in an image which is published on a container registry, you just have to pull it and install it everywhere, anywhere, whichever orchestrator or platform. Even Frappe Cloud, I think, will start containers. So you can even put it there. So anywhere you can start using that.
Yeah.
Uh, that if you uh, like we can make it easier, but when you understand this, you you come to know that there are a lot of options out there that cannot be catered to. Like if we are making it easy, then we are restricting ourselves to some base options. So we have to choose that we are on a VM, we are here, and all that, and then make a script or make something for that environment. Or if at all it is a complex environment, may it be that, but then we have to script it for that kind of environment.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
cannot
So
just
I think
cater
that,
for all
yeah.
types of environment.
Hmm. So
Yeah.
this is more
So
focused on like the dev part, and then when we move to producing images, right? I think this will answer Anand's second question. You cannot install custom apps using production containers. So production containers like built-in images with specified apps, but Revant is going to show you like how you can have your own like you define the apps and you can generate your own images for production
yeah,
containers.
we will do that. If by time permits, we will also install that on a VM somewhere.
Yeah, cool,
We'll do all that. So,
cool.
so now what app JSON is? If you do bench init help, the bench command, it has a init sub command. If you check the help of that, you will find this apps path. Now, this is what the app JSON is. So, if you specify a path to a JSON file, which has an array of list of apps in format of URL and branch, that's what we have it in gist as well. If that is specified here, the list of apps will be installed along with the bench init. So
Oh,
bench
cool.
init does all that. So we are just leveraging on that feature. So we are just passing that this app JSON to bench init, and bench init does the rest. Even the V is for verbose, and it is passed here. So all the output will be available here. So I will just execute this command,
Cool.
and it will create the bench site and everything if it does not fail. Yeah. So it might take some 10 minutes or so because we have specified it in verbose mode. We
Yeah,
It is
everything
dumping
it
all
will
that.
print.
Yeah.
That's fine.
So see, we it picked up the develop branch uh, because we specified the branch develop. By default, the installer script picks the version 14 branch. So 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 generally, community wants to have a stable environment where they develop their custom apps. So that's why it is the uh, latest table is kept as default. But for Frappe developers, it is most of the time develop branch that they need. So that environment is there. Just you have to switch the NVM and Python environments. That's it. And you have those for you.
It's just a matter of like passing correct flags, right? In the installer that okay.
Yes, and once the bench is installed, it doesn't matter which version is the environment is there, and the root level bench command just picks it from the local env, whichever it
Nice.
is. So if it is 13 bench, sorry, 14 bench, it will be 3.10. 14 bench, 15 will be 3.11.
Got it. So Ashish asks, there was earlier easy install bash script. Is it using under the hood when this is run?
N- No, no. The easy install bash script is now available in another repo, Frappe / easy underscore install, I believe. And that is moved just for archival purpose. It is kept there. If you want to fork and refer it and build your own on top of it, do that. But this is not doing that. This is using bench init basically. Uh, this is this is just passing all the parameters that bench init needs. I will just again type bench init help. So it has Frappe, it has everything. We have Frappe branch, so develop branch will be there. We can even pass the Python version. So now version 3.10 or 3.11, which one the bench needs, we just have to specify here. So that all is done by bench. We are just having a wrapper on top of it, so that it is easy for you to not run multiple commands, run one command and have everything, including the apps installed on the site as well. So whatever is in this array will be installed on the bench during the init.
So it doesn't
And
depend
once
on
that,
any other script, but it's like its own standalone script, the installer.py, right?
yeah, it is a standard Python file. You can even
Yeah, read it.
run
Yeah.
this on a, it is not importing anything from the environment. It is standard libraries that Python uses. Uh, so it's just instead of a bash script, it is a Python script, so you can have a better programming control flow over it. That's it.
Cool.
So now it is cloning into game plan on main branch. That's what we specified in the apps.json. So it uh, last time it failed on yarn for game plan. uh, it timed out, something timed out on yarn. uh, Hope it does not time out now. And during installing game plan, I found some magic that it is doing that also needs to be containerized. So we will go through that as well. So what I found was, when it creates the first site, it tries to pull some library, some database, and it keeps it in the home directory. It's some DB that it pulls and keeps. So now that needs to be part of the container image. So it does not have to pull it all the time during the installation.
So there is a
So we will,
question from Vijaya Raghavan. Hi, welcome
yeah.
back, Vijaya. Can
Hi.
this be run from terminal, not integrated terminal? Is VS Code needed for
Yes.
this?
No, it's not needed as such. We can run it from a terminal. We can even run it on a VM and expose it to Portainer, so that you have it on a VM. You can run it anywhere. Just that this dev container specification configuration, VS Code did it. And right now, I think it is also supported by, I think it is supported by other IDs as well. There is an issue here. If someone, it is right now supported by yeah, IntelliJ developments. Yeah, this IDE also supports dev container. It has some documentation here, but I am not using this IDE. So if anyone is doing that, help this person. Yeah. If I ever do that, I will post it. But right now I'm happy with VS Code, so we are here.
Yeah, yeah. So it's not VS Code specific, but cool.
Yeah, and in the Frappe Docker documentation as well, here in the docs
Let me just
for
share the docs
developers.
as well. Yeah.
Yeah, it's part of the repo. So if you see the dev container docs, uh, yeah. So the uh, just a minute. So there is a manual step. Yeah. Uh, Manually start containers. There is a section for manually start containers. In that, if you are not using VS Code, you can just Docker compose of this and then exec into the bash, the Frappe container which is started. That is the same one,
As,
and
yeah, that's the same as
as
like
this,
opening.
yeah, this is the same, this integrated one. Just that if you open it without VS Code, you open it manually like that.
Okay. So VS Code instead of giving VS Code the dev container file and asking it to start, you are using Docker Compose to start it yourself and like
Yeah,
jumping into that terminal. Cool. Two
yeah, and
commands.
then
That's nice.
use your VI or anything. VI is, I think VI is available in here as well. It's here. Yeah, VI is here.
Cool.
So if you are just a minute. if you are uh, if you have your VI configuration, you can just mount it in your home. Uh, so right now, if you see, there are a lot of directories here. So I think if your config comes from a directory like this, then you can just mount it in your dev container. The instructions are there on the Frappe Docker repository in here. Uh, you can like here you can mount the directories as well. So if you can see, uh, if you mount your home SSH, then you will have it under your home Frappe, and then you can use your SSH keys. Likewise, you can mount your all configuration. Anything that you want, you can mount from anywhere, and then that will be there. So VI can be configured like that. Anything that can be configured in your home will be available like this.
Yep. Does that answer your question, Vijay? Let's check the installation. Is it still running?
Yes. Yeah, we are
It's building.
progressing.
Nice.
So now we initialize the first bench. Now we set the DBOs to MariaDB. We are setting the Redis cache. That is all automated. We don't have to do all this. We are
Nice.
setting the developer mode as well.
Okay. It will
Now,
turn on the developer mode.
yeah, we are creating the first site now.
Cool. So you don't have to do bench new site, anything, right? Bench
No,
install app. It will just create a new site with game plan.
the yes, all the
Nice.
apps in your
Yeah, whatever
configuration.
apps.json file. Cool. So audience, if you are following along, try ERP next maybe. Right? We are doing game plan. You try
Yeah,
ERP next.
yeah. For ERP next, you just have to do simple thing like ./installer.py. That's it, and enter. It will pick up apps.json example which has ERP next
So
14.
ERP next is the default.
Yeah, and
Nice.
14 will be there. You will have it running with developer mode.
Cool. So if you want to contribute and like want a local setup, this is the
Yeah.
go-to way, I guess. No.
Yes. You quickly deployed.
Okay, game
That's
plan is
why.
being installed. Nice.
Yeah, game plan got installed. Now it does some magic some sometime now, or it will try to download some file. Let's wait.
So what if
Okay,
it
so
fails right now?
we fix just like anything else fails, and we fix.
So can we like destroy and restart also, right? That's the benefit of container. So it doesn't
Yeah, yeah,
mess up your
yeah,
current machine. It's like this containers, destroy them, restart.
yeah. Yes. Yeah, this one. So now it is trying to download a file from somewhere
Okay.
u2net.org.
So it's
Yeah.
basically a REMBG. So game plan uses it to basically remove background from images.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that database needs to be part of the image, not part of the site generation, uh, because this is your database, right? Uh, so if it goes part of your site creation, then you mutate your containers in production. Like when you create new site, you add something to your home directory of that running container, not all other containers. So whichever containers is basically doing the new site creation, that container will get this file downloaded, and rest of them won't be having that.
Nice. So Hemant asks, so add any other app you need in apps.json file and it will install it accordingly. Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Add as many as apps you want. It will install all
So
of them.
yes, so now whoever is catering to their clients can have multiple build with Hussain, like directories, and then in that their respective app JSONs, and then you have which one to go to from the directory name,
Yeah,
and the
that's
app
nice.
JSON does all. You can even commit these app JSON somewhere for you to use, and then ask your developers to pull that and bootstrap from there. So which
That's nice.
branch, which version, everything is in app JSON.
Cool. So I can see this being used. So there are in Frappe Cloud we have benches, right? So you can have so there are production benches for clients, and like partners usually have like multiple developers working for those clients, and they have multiple benches and engineers are working on them. So what you can do is like you can have an app.json matching a production bench for the engineer team, and any
Yeah.
new engineer comes in, maybe they can just use that app.json, bootstrap it, and they will have the development container for that client, right? So they can
Yes.
start contributing, maybe fixing stuff. So
Yes.
pretty
Yes.
useful stuff. So
Yeah.
Ashish asked,
Even the
what if it is a
yeah.
private repo that we are referring
Yeah.
to in
So
apps.json?
private repo needs a pack. That's it. So now you keep it secret and somehow pass a pack.
What is
The
PAT?
access token.
Access
The
token.
access token.
Private
So
access token. Got it.
you go and generate a private access token for your repo, for your account, or whichever. However, I think both are possible on GitHub right now,
Yeah.
for account as well as for the repo, and then you use that one. So it will pull that.
Nice.
Yeah, just keep it private. If
Yeah,
you
yeah, because
don't
it's
want,
access.
yeah, if you don't want this to be, but you will, your engineers somehow have to pull it, right? So now there is
Does
another way as
SSH
well.
works?
Yes, SSH will work.
But you have to
Just
mount
that
your
it will,
SSH key.
yes, SSH keys needs to be there mounted, and then it will work seamlessly.
Okay.
It will work.
Cool.
Uh, just that for development it will work because you are mounting your keys. For production, use pat, because it won't, you won't be passing the keys during the container build. You won't have, like, you will have to pass your key, or you will have to generate a key that runs like that. So instead I would suggest just use pat for the production, and
Cool.
development however you wish. So right now we have a site started here. Not started here, we just
Nice.
installed a site, and
Uh-huh.
then we had this magical file that came to our home directory. So what we will do is we will just copy it for
This is
now.
just for game plan. You can ignore if you're using something else.
Yeah, but I will. So we come up across these things, right? So I will just uh, fix this issue, resolve this, and how to resolve this. So basically, we copy this file for now. For now, we are just copying it into the,
Inside the container.
yeah. So it's not in container. It's mounted. It's in here. So you can say ls development, and you will see this file now here.
Ah,
So it
okay.
is also mounted on the host machine. So it's not inside the container as well.
Cool.
It is, so we place it here so we don't lose it now. Even if the container dies, we restart it or we rebuild it. It doesn't. We don't lose it. So first we do that. Then I will just cd frappe, uh, and because we are using version 14, sorry, develop branch, we have to specify use 18, or it will just we will do bench start and we will see the error. If you just do bench start, it will start for some time and then it will stop. Yeah, it stopped, and it will say here somewhere.
Yeah. Please update your node version to 18.
Yeah, yeah. So it will say got 16 and we need 18. So I will just nvm use 18. So now we are using 18, and it
Cool.
will it will just start. So it, before starting, I came across one thing recently, that uh, in proc file, the develop branch also needs double dash post 0.0.0.0. If you don't do this, I will, without doing this, if we do bench start,
Yeah, so
and
someone like pinged me with this issue. So they have been struggling, and then they added this dash dash port. like dash dash host, and it started working.
Yeah. So
So
so this one is only local. So I think why did it run on? It's not running. It is not running on all addresses. When I go and check this site in a browser,
it works.
okay,
We are in game plan.
I don't know. Maybe it's the develop branch, so it is very actively developed. Maybe someone complained and someone fixed.
Cool.
Yeah, yeah. So so we are in game plan right now. We have this site running. We have what we missed. We just we did use 18 and we did bench start and then it started.
So we
So
have the development container, right? Okay, game
yeah,
plan is live. Nice.
and we do administrator ADMI and that's the default password. That's also in the help. You can change that in installer.py. But we are just doing development, so it's default password. So now we are doing marketing and we are doing product launch and then we are inviting and then there is an error.
Oh, so inviting is basically okay, email account.
Oh, we don't have email account, so we cannot invite. So then what we have to do is we have to go to right now app
Maybe we can
and complete
skip
the.
for now.
Yeah, I will go
Like
to app route and then just complete the wizard because we know everything like this can be done. So we do that.
yeah, yeah.
And
So
once we
if
have the.
something doesn't work, go to the desk, right?
Yeah, so we go to the desk, we have everything running here. We ensure that uh, this is just a minute. We do this. We are on develop branch and game plan main branch. Now we have this running, but we don't have email, right? So I will just do something magical just because we have containers. I will quit. I will
So we can
reopen
get
this.
away without it as well, right? If someone is not using email, because I usually don't use email.
Yeah,
So
yeah, but still,
yeah,
we
yeah.
are
Still, let's
having
do it. Let's do
container.
it. Yeah. Then let's
There is
benefit
some.
out of it, right?
Yeah, so
Cool.
we have this uh, dev container Docker compose, right? This is Docker get ignored. So once you copy it from example to dot dev container, it is get ignored. So you
Cool.
can modify your own thing here. You can just do all what you want, what you need, and there is a containerized service. There is a service called Mailhog, which we can use to run a local mail server, SMTP server, that does our job for development. So we will just
Nice.
add that
So you
part
can
here.
add your containers, right? So whatever you want, just add it to Docker Compose and like it will
Yeah.
work.
So
That's nice.
so because we have added the container, we also need the volume to be
Volume.
mounted because we specified it in the container here that we have this volume. So we specify the volume as well here. So now
Cool.
once this is there, we do rebuild because we did some changes. So we will rebuild. It will it will start other containers as well. You can see the logs here.
So, like one question, do we need to do installer.py again or
No. We
no?
have everything there. We have
Ah,
there. We
okay. So
have.
we can restart the like the containers and it like rebuild the
Yeah.
containers
So
and it will still like the site will be there,
yeah,
right? The app and site.
yeah. The command history won't be there because we have the fresh new container started. But you can cd to Frappe bench and bench start. That you can do. I think
Cool.
NVM should be done. This will fail just because of the node 18. NVM use V18 because we are on develop. That's why. And then bench start.
Cool. Your question was answered, right, Ashish? The private repo. Yeah.
So we restarted the bench and we are here. We reloaded the uh, desk and we can see the site running as it is.
Cool.
Now we will add email account. we will add email account because we want that wizard to complete, right?
Yep.
So so we will add, we will just use the existing one. I think notifications. Let it be. We, we want to specify that SMTP host, so we don't specify it in domain. We just skip that part.
Mm-hmm.
Password, anything is fine. I am just setting it to 123, and then I am enabling. Sorry, outgoing. We need SMTP, right? So we are doing outgoing,
Mm-hmm.
and the outgoing server is mail hog. That's the container service name
Mm-hmm.
that is set in the
Docker compose.
this, yeah, the compose this name. So that's the host name that's there, and it is running on 1025, not 25, the SMTP port.
Mm-hmm.
So we just specify 1025. That's it, and then we have a email server running, email service
Nice.
ready. So now what we do is we try to complete the wizard G marketing, TTING.
Far as are you here? We are setting up game plan. Maybe not.
So product launch, then I will Revant at
So does it really send
example.com.
email or it's a fake
Yes,
something?
it sends a fake email. So I will do ample.com. These two are enough, and I'll do complete setup.
Oh,
Oh, oh, we have not set default, right?
cool. Let's do it.
Yeah. So notification we updated, and we have to set it to,
Default outgoing. There is the checkbox.
yeah,
Yep.
default outgoing. So we have set it up default now. So now we will complete setup. Now it has sent the email. So we have to check here. So
Email queue. Can we check email queue?
it, we can, I don't know, we can just check 8025, which is provided by Mailhog. Uh,
Oh, it's a
we
UI
do
for
it
inspecting emails. Got it.
8025. So we have a mailbox we
Nice.
send to, so Hussain. So this is, if we accept you, the account will be created. Yes, we will just go to the users here, and I will copy link
Maybe you have to
and
create a private window or something.
new private window, and here I will do game plan. So I
Nice.
am here as the other user. Yes, I am here as you,
Mm-hmm.
and uh, here is your user. I think,
Nice.
yeah, this one now.
So yeah, you have like full
So
game plan here.
yeah, with mock emails as well. So if you want to debug sending emails, check in-depth email thing, you have
Mm-hmm.
Mailhog.
So previously,
Then
what I have done is like I use something called mailtrap.io. It's like third-party
okay,
SaaS service, and you basically set some SMTP keys and site config. That was like my
oh,
testing setup because I didn't have containers, so I couldn't run Mailhog or something because I didn't want to mess up with my system. Maybe I'll try
yeah,
this now.
yeah, and this is just the SMTP. Now there is something called Green Mail that is also containerized, and that also gives you SMTP IMAP, so that you can configure your local Thunderbird with that, as well as everything, like you can
Yeah.
in-depth
So now you
debug
have like
emails.
any containers, right? Just paste it in,
Yeah,
run it, make your Frappe connected with it, and this is like next week, right? Aditya is coming to show just this, but on Frappe Cloud. So you can run
yeah.
containers on side of it. So maybe Mailhog, you run on side of it like bench or something.
Though it is, Mailhog is kind of a development thing that
Yeah,
you
development
use.
thing maybe. So
It's
maybe
not,
not that in production, but yeah,
yeah.
similar thing.
But if, yeah, if you have a shared development environment, or if you plan to have it like that, I have some recipes in my, we will share, once we, in further episodes, we can go in depth, because just like Mailhog, I told you in the beginning, I can even start Kubernetes K3s. So basically, Frappe apps which integrate with Kubernetes API, those can be developed using that.
Got it. So Atul, hi Atul. How are you doing?
Hi.
So Atul says you don't exactly need containers. It's a static binary. You can run it on terminal video and okay, maybe I'll try that because
Which one?
I want to run it on my Mac.
Mailhog. Okay.
Cool.
Yeah. But this is like you can add services. That's my point. So Mailhog is
Yeah.
one of them. Greenmail is other. K3s is there. I think I have a lot of. I have a snippet that. Yeah, I have a lot of them. So you can even do. You can have S3 Minayo. Then you can have X11 bridge, which in which you can do like debugging of Cypress and JavaScript from a browser window. So a lot of magic can be. You can even have a Docker registry and Docker in Docker as well. A lot of things can be
Nice.
done.
Yeah. Do share this as well, like later. We can
Yeah,
just
yeah,
put
yeah.
in
We
the
will.
description.
Yeah, I
Awesome.
will. I will. So this is the development part. No, so now I will just do one more thing because we are here already. I will comment the first line of this proc file, which is web, because I don't want to start that, and I do bench start again. So excluding the bench API, the Workzoic Gunicorn API, I am starting everything else. And as a here debugger, we uh, copied that VS Code example, right, initially. So that created these entries in our launch JSON by default. So so if you just select bench web and do play, uh, it will start that bench service with debugger attached. So now we have uh, our bench API which we can debug. So now we can go to api.py and I have placed it here as already. I was testing before. So I just placed a breakpoint here, and then I go to the browser and do API method ping. So it's there. So so yeah, here is the breakpoint. Uh, Here CMD the self
Nice.
dot doc. This is something else. This is not. This is report view getting triggered. This is not our part. This is something else getting triggered. But yeah, this is because we have desk open, right? So I will just
Yeah, desk calls like a lot of APIs behind the scene. So
yeah, and that was the entry point to api.py. So I just stopped the desk. I just stopped the desk from everywhere, and then I am doing this ping. I will not enter now. I will just place breakpoint here first, and then I will do enter. So now this is ping.
nice. So breakpoint debugging, right? That's like
Yeah,
cool,
and we
cool
can
stuff.
then enter step over to handle all that.
So does this mean that okay, I can add a new API endpoint and like directly in the browser it
Yeah,
will work because that's like the development flow, right?
yes. So we will do that. Client.py. We have client.py in Frappe, right? I will just open that. At the end of that file, I will add something. I will just let this run first because we want the response and we got the response wrong. That is out of the flow. So
Cool.
now here we are adding one more API at the rate
Let's do get emoji API.
frappe.py.
That's like my default endpoint
Uh,
nowadays. So
allow test is equal to true. Sorry. Uh, emoji. And what we do is what should we do?
just return emoji maybe.
We get
Yeah.
cached up.
Okay.
Frappe.session.user like this.
Yeah, we can.
Can we can
By
we
the
do
way,
that? Does this work, cache doc and as did?
I have no idea. It should work. Like in normal
So
setup, it works.
so now I just saved this, but because we are not watching it with the proc file, I have to do this green button of reload.
Okay.
Yeah, then it again attaches that, and then frappe.client.get emoji. I should add one line here, right? Something uh, like that, just 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 for adding breakpoints.
Cool.
So we are here. Uh, yeah, we will pause here and then do some fun debugging thing. So now we are here. API method frappe dot client dot get. It is not there in client, right? Yeah, we are here. Now A is one that we got. Then here in the debug console, we can do frappe dot session dot user, and we have administrator because we are administrator here. I believe we
Yeah,
are.
yeah,
I
we are
don't know.
logged in as administrator.
Yeah, we get the JSON for administrator then.
Nice. API works.
Yeah, so we got frappe.session.user in debug console as well. So basically, all your tools you can do some Python testing in debug console
Yeah, yeah, you can write
using your
expressions
variables
and
here.
then it should work, right?
You can even watch variables here. You can do like quite
Yeah,
a
a whole lot of
comprehensive.
like VS Code
Yeah.
debugging session. Nice.
Yes.
So yeah,
So
this was cool.
we'll just uh, revert all this back to normal and get out of the uh,
So
development.
Vijay is asking, is
Yeah,
the launch.json configured?
yeah. We at the beginning of this call, when we started cloning and all, after cloning the repo, we copied these two directories, right? The first one was a dev container that gave us the dev container configuration, and inside development we have VS Code example. In that we have our uh,
Launch.json, I guess.
launch JSON configuration. So here in development, VS Code example, launch JSON. In that we have it configured for the workspace with Frappe bench, which is a default bench generally. And if you add your other configuration, you can edit it. That's why it is git ignored and in example. Once you copy it to VS Code, it is git ignored. You can add your own custom launches added to this as well.
Cool. Does that answer your question, Vijay? Cool. So Revant, maybe we can now jump into the basics you wanted to cover, right? The Docker basics and like some
Yeah,
discussion around that a few minutes, and then we can jump to production maybe.
yeah. So now basics. There are I have written this post. You can go through this. This should help you understand. But there are 4 points here about containers. Containers are not virtual machines. They are they are they share the same kernel and resources with your host machine. They don't isolate the resources like a VM. So you can try this. We can try this right now because we are on Linux right now. Now on your Mac, it will use a VM which runs a Linux. So it will show a kernel from that Linux. So if you do, you saw my kernel I just showed you here. And if we do the same thing from our integrated terminal window container, just a minute, I will. It is the same 6.5.3 arc, the same kernel that is there. And then I don't have MariaDB installed anywhere. I don't have like there is MariaDB is not running in my host machine. So if we can do sudo it is inactive. It is not running. But if you do ps aux MariaDB, you will see that this command is running somewhere here. Yeah, this one. user is 999, and this this is my command. This is the grep one that I used. This is the one from the container MariaDB D. This is the one which is running from our Docker PS. This MariaDB container. If we stop this container, this will also stop. If, this one line will not be visible. I will just show you that as well. So we are anyway. Uh, 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 I will show you once we stop the containers, it won't be available. But that's that. So it is tightly integrated with your host machine, not a separate VM on your machine. So it is not as heavy as a VM. So you can start them faster than VMs, and uh, so on and so forth. So basically, if they are not VMs, then they don't have a dedicated init system. So once you start a container, something has to keep it running. So it can be Docker Compose, or it can be some kind of orchestrator, but it has something is needed to keep it running. And uh, one generally people have one process in one container. So if you have multiple processes, like our bench has workers, scheduler, socket IO, and all these processes, we start multiple containers in production. For development, it is started from the proc file in the same container. That's not a problem. But here there is no dedicated init system, so we
Revant,
need
can
some
you
kind of,
like turn your laptop a little to the left, maybe?
oh, sorry, just a minute, I'll get back.
Yeah.
This is fine.
Yeah, this is fine. So you went
Yeah.
completely out of the view. So
Okay.
yeah, continue.
So no dedicated init system. Then uh, think of it like a binary package that you have all your dependencies, everything just packed into one thing, image, and then it runs. That's, you can think of it like that. And it does not have any state inside container. So you need to mount volumes to preserve the data which is created in by the containers. So that is the basic. You can go through all this, how not mounting volume does the thing, how mounting volume also does the thing. All of it is covered here step by step. So you can go through this. It will help you.
Nice. I've shared it in the chat as well.
Yeah. This second link is that.
Nice.
So that was about the basics of containers and how we use it for development. But now we want to uh, build a custom app, custom image, right? We need this exact game plan to be inside a custom image, right? So we will just stop the bench, and reopen locally. We are not in the bench anymore, inside your Frappe development container anymore. We are on the host machine. Everything is as we see in normal case. Now, if we do Docker PS MariaDB, there is no output because all the containers are stopped. Even we do Docker PS, no output because all containers are stopped. And we do PS AUX, we get only one line by Rayant, that is this command. So the 99 also stopped. So basically we had it running on our host machine. So now we will proceed with the develop custom image with custom app. So we will just keep the same app JSON because that's what is used in bench init, and that's what will be used in building your image as well.
So basically now we are going from like, now you have developed the custom app, you have like made the changes. Now you want to make a new image out of it so you can ship it to a container
Yes.
registry maybe and pull it somewhere else. So this can be an ERP next image, or maybe you are bundling some apps, right? So maybe you
Yeah.
are shipping ERP next plus HR plus what do you say?
Yes.
Yeah.
We are not dealing with ERP Next right now. We are just dealing with Frappe and game plan. So it can be
Yeah.
anything, any Frappe app,
Yeah.
basically.
It does depends on app.json, right?
Yeah, that depends on app.json. If you
Cool.
include ERP next there, you will have ERP next
ERP
in that.
next in your image. As easy as
Just
that.
make
Cool.
sure, just make sure that you adhere to the branches. Like if you are
Yeah.
Frappe develop, you use all develops and respective develops. If you are on 14, then use 14s and all that.
Cool.
So we found that there is some U2net that's the database that we want to be part of our container. We don't want it to be pulled every time. So we copy this line.
Mm-hmm.
I placed it in the wiki, and then here in the container file of custom image, I will just paste it after I copy my bench.
So by the way,
End of,
this is only for game plan, right? If you're following along with some other
yeah,
app, you don't need to do this.
you don't need to do that. So just for game plan, I am pasting it here, and because we copied it in development, remember that command I executed to copy it from
Mm-hmm.
home to development. That made it available in development
Mm-hmm.
here,
So you,
and
yeah.
because of that, I can use this copy Frappe development to home, that location that it needs to be in the image. So so we have this set. Then we go ahead for just for the game plan we had needed this. So now we do base 64 app JSON, because we need to pass the app JSON to the build environment variables. As it is an environment variable, it needs to uh, we cannot use any symbols in that, and it then escapes those, and then the
Causes
JSON is
issues
correct.
in the terminal,
Yeah.
yeah.
So instead of that, what I do is I just base 64 encode this. So now if I do export base 64 encode this app JSON,
So basically you are
I will,
pre-processing app.json file for like
yeah.
building the image, yeah.
Yeah. So if
Cool.
in the app JSON environment variable, I have this environment variable friendly string. And if I do base 64 decode, I get back the JSON basically. With
Cool.
even if you have a pat here which has some comment like hash and anything which does not
Yeah.
uh, which cannot be escaped, we base 64 encode. So that does that. And once that
Cool.
is available, we can proceed with Docker build. So I will explain the command as well as we execute it. So first is we are using Frappe's original repository, not a fork. You can specify a fork if you wish to here.
Yeah. If you have your own Frappe fork, maybe you are
Yeah,
testing that
or
app
or
as
you
well.
are testing a pull request or whatever. You can even, if you have your pull request to be deployed somewhere for someone to test, then you can have it like this.
Cool.
You then this should be your branch on this repo. So we are using develop from Frappe, and because develop needs 3.11, I am setting this to 3.11.4. Uh, then this is node 18 that is needed by develop. That's why we set 18.17.1, which is the latest. Then we pass the app JSON. App JSON is this
Yeah.
environment variable that we created, and that will basically bootstrap the bench in it and get all the apps inside that. And then we need to name the image where whatever that name will be, we will specify it here. Your container registry / the route and :tag. So it can be custom. This is my registry. This is available out there. I have ERP Next and India compliance image there. Uh, so I will just use that registry, but I will name the image as game plan latest. And then I'm using the container file, which is part of this same repo, which we just edited and added a line to it. So I do enter, and it starts building the image. I think it will take some 5-10 minutes, I believe.
That's fine. Till then we can talk about what's happening.
Yeah. So I will walk you through the container file if you wish to know what's happening. That's here. Uh,
So everything you
Images.
need to do, development, production, everything is in this repo. So the first
Yes.
step you
So
close it
anything
and then you can
related
do
to
anything. Frappe Docker.
Yes, anything related to containers is here.
Nice.
In the custom directory, we have this custom file, which is what is doing everything. So I will just explain first some prerequisite environment variables that we set. Here we copy some template, Nginx templates that we need to serve Nginx container.
So this
That,
is like the
that
real production setup, right? Like the
yes,
image that will be generated, so it uses Nginx. Nice.
yes. So we need to reverse proxy socket IO gunicorn serve files through Nginx. So that is done here in this config file. So then we have some Node.js and default set which we can override using the build arc, and then we have the base image which needs some basics, like these are for production image, these things which are requirement for production image.
Yeah, you don't need to
Now,
understand it, but yeah,
yeah,
if you're using.
then then we further extend that production image from base as builder, and we add dev all the dev dependencies for the builds. Even build essential is there, GCC and all that. So anything you need to build your app JSON file maybe has some dependencies that need to use GCC and all that. So all that is available in builder layer of this image. Then your init starts. We first pre-process the base 64. If you find it, we dump it into this file, app.json, in this layer itself. It's not available in container. Then we set the user to Frappe because we want the bench to be created by this user. We specify some defaults, and then we do bench in it with all the parameters. We don't want to generate we don't want to generate proc file. We don't want to generate Redis configuration. We don't want to generate things that are default, and we set it to verbose, so we get a dump like this in our CI or wherever we are building it. So that's that. So once we have the bench up and running, once we have it in it, we cd to that bench change directory. We empty the site common site config. We just make it an empty JSON here because it has localhosts as defaults, and if container starts with that, it will start failing because it won't find anything on the localhost, any Redis cache and DB and anything on localhost. So instead of that, we just give it an empty file, so it doesn't even find the localhost, and it complains that you set it first, you don't have it.
So
And then
Ashish asks, when you say not persist data, does
yeah,
it mean that now we have lost two users that we created?
no, we are saving it on our volume, right? So in here in the Docker compose, the this directory or Frappe container, it is mounting the development directory, the full repository that we cloned as workspace anyway. So it the volume, the files that we create, the benches that we create are on the host machine in the double dot, like the uh, main repository. And this is the Frappe bench we created. This is the apps and the game plan. So all the files and everything, sites and everything that we created are here. So they are not lost
So they are
because
in
we
the host
mounted.
machine,
Yeah,
not
they
the
are in the
container
volume.
itself.
If we had not specified volume, we would have skipped that. We would have lost that. But we specified volume here, and
So we
then
have.
executed the command in such a location that it was available here when we even exited the container.
Cool. So
So we need
basically,
to
yeah, yeah.
specify the volumes. Basically, we need volumes, and volumes will take care of.
Persist.
So now MariaDB. Now your users are not in the file system; they are in MariaDB, and our MariaDB service also has volumes, and all the data which is at this location inside the container will be part of MariaDB volume on the host machine, and we have specified that we create a MariaDB volume with this Docker compose. So now if you do here check Docker, sorry, volume ls, you will find MariaDB data and mailhog data as well, the two emails that we got. So even if we restart, even if we, as long as we don't delete, manually go and delete these volumes, those will persist here. And as
Nice.
long as we can mount them back to any container, those will be available in that container. So now we are, I think we are doing, successfully built game plan. So now we will do bench yarn and bench build for game plan. That's what will happen now. So yeah, yeah. So we were here. So now I also remove the Git directory from all the apps. Uh, the
So I
.git
have
directory.
shared, yeah, so I have shared a link in the chat that like it's a Docker for beginners tutorial. So if you want to understand what volumes are, what this and that. So if you are interested to dig deeper and learn the basics, it's like a 1 hour tutorial by Mosh, like great guy. Check that video out.
Yeah. So I am doing this here, where from the Frappe apps directory, we recursively go through all the apps and remove the .git from apps. Uh, that is done because users might use PAT or any kind of credentials in their .git, and those won't be available in the final image. That's why we are doing this. So now, again, we switch back to the base image, call it backend, and just copy the built bench from this from the builder image into the backend image. So we have the minimal bench in the production. We do some volume anonymous volumes here, and then we set the base command here. That's how the container file is, uh, and that's how the build will be working. So now, uh, I think
It's
it
like
is
11
doing.
or 15. So let's see. So
Yeah,
as soon as this is done, we'll have an image which we can like pull
start
somewhere
locally.
in the VM
Yeah,
or start locally or yeah,
yes. What just happened? Okay.
it's running.
Yeah, it's bench build. Now it's doing bench build for game plan. That that does some magic, right? So
So people who are
yeah,
watching, right, like bench setup, like the step by step thing, right, that you use, it's like many things go wrong. A lot of things can go wrong. But
yeah,
as far
yes,
as I've experienced with the Docker setup, right, like there are lesser things that can go wrong and like easier to recover from. That's like the
yeah,
biggest
and
benefit in my opinion.
yeah, and right now I have that script here, so that also does a lot of things for you automatically. Like it
Yeah.
is not something magic; it is just using the commands that we do manually, but as a part of script. So it is
Yeah, yeah.
doing bench init, then cd bench, then bench get apps.
So
Sorry, bench init does
manually,
the app.
so I've seen people
Yeah,
like manually follow that guide and like skip a step maybe. So that happens, right? So in this case,
yeah,
like more the automatic, like lesser the chance to go wrong, and you will surely know where things go wrong, and then you can get help in the
yes,
forum.
yes. So this is the I think this is the last part of the image. Uh, After building this, it will copy to the production layer, final layer, and then it will also copy the database that we downloaded for game plan.
Cool. So on a side note, you don't. So it's not a must to build a container to ship it. So once you have like developed your custom app inside this custom container, maybe like you have contributed, you can push it to GitHub and then pull it anywhere, right?
Yeah, yeah, you can follow the native bench update flow as well, or you can, if you don't even have to bother about the deployment, you are not part of DevOps, then you are done here.
Yeah,
Basically, you
you
just
you
keep
will
on committing.
just, yeah,
Yeah,
commit to GitHub and you're done.
yeah. Commit to GitHub, check the issues, sync back the branches, and commit again.
Yeah. So for the developer, it's done. And now if you are into like shipping the container to, like maybe you want to pull it to 2 3 VMs or something, like you ship it and then
Yeah.
you, the DevOps team or someone who is maintaining can pull it. Ah, it's
Yes. So,
done.
so the image is built right now, and we will go back to the steps here. So I will just push this image for now. Uh, let this keep running somewhere. Let it push. But before we push, I will just run these commands as well. So what I'm doing is, uh, if you see this, there is a pwd file here, which is a, which is a single compose file that does everything for you to get a site running. So, but what this is using is default ERP next image. You can I highlighted this. Everywhere it is using the default ERP next image. So so for that, what I do is I run this command sed, and then
What will
that
this do?
change the. Oh, sorry. Uh, why didn't it change? Just a minute. Yeah, it is, the version has changed now.
Oh,
The,
4.40.
so if I do this, all the images are changed to game plan basically,
Oh,
and
so
then
instead of manually going like global search and
yeah,
replace, you use the set command too. Nice.
yeah, and then other command that I have given is to replace ERP next with game plan. So what this is doing, install ERP next is a command. We are doing install game plan. So if you just see ERP next, install
Install
app
app.
ERP next. Yeah, install app ERP next. This will be replaced with game plan. Yeah, that's it. So so now this file will start a container with game plan locally. So we will just do that. Uh, so we will check the command for that. This is
Yeah, this is
all
for
the commands.
locally, but if you are
Yeah,
on
this is
some
for
other
local.
machine, I guess.
Yeah. Let's step by step. We will go everywhere.
Yeah, yeah,
So
cool.
for local, this is Docker Compose. We have called this project Docker Compose project game plan. So all the containers will be prefixed by game plan, the name game plan. We are using the pwd file that we just edited, and we are saying that uh, please do Docker Compose up for all the containers in the game plan. So it will pick that image that was just created and will start the containers. Now it has started the containers, but we cannot just jump into the site because the site is being created. We have to check the logs for that. So I will just paste this command, logs game plan, and check this what is happening here. So there is a wait for it command inside the container which helps you wait for any service and gives it a timeout as well. So I'm just waiting for all the services to be up. Then I'm waiting for the common site config to be created with the appropriate values. Once everything is there, I start bench install, like create a new site command.
Cool.
So with this new site, we are installing Frappe, and after that, game plan will be there. Game plan won't pull the database because it will find it in the container image itself.
Nice.
Yeah, it buffers the log, takes time to buffer that.
Cool. Like we still have 30 minutes left. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, let's see. Let's start this first.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
enter the wizard and
Yep.
then let's enter the desk and then quit.
Cool.
This always stops, so this won't be available now. So
Yeah, we closed it, right? So
yeah, it's done. So we go to localhost. That's it. It's on 8080. We have game plan
cool.
here. So I will just go to app because no, it the login screen is replaced. So we have to go to game plan and then go to app.
Yeah, so this is so Faris has some logic that says okay, if game plan is the only app installed, like the default login will be that.
Okay, okay. So let's go with Faris logic. So we will go to G
Yeah.
and we will do marketing. We will do product launch and we will just complete because we don't want to fire those emails. Now we are in, right, as
Yep, we are
administrator.
in. Yep.
Yeah. So this is the workflow. This is how we
Yeah,
install
so it
game
was like
plan.
it was really fast. Just
And then
Docker
if
compose up.
we if we do, yeah, it was really fast. Once the image is ready, it's fast. So if, if we will just complete this part as well, I believe. Yes. This is developed, so develop branch of Frappe and uh, main branch. Branch is removed because there is no Git anymore.
Nice.
We just have the version from init.py, so there is no Git anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not in development mode as well. It's like
Yes.
production
Yeah.
mode.
Yeah. Yeah. Development mode. It's we didn't even set development mode, so you won't find this editable. You won't.
Yeah.
This track changes is editable.
Yeah, I think it's
It's
like
developed. It's developed branch. We won't. We will start fixing traffic if we. So we. This is a developed branch, so take it as it is. So we will just log out.
there might be some issues, but yeah.
So we are. We did this locally now. I will just stop the containers. Uh, I will stop all the containers. Now that will that will save my resources and
Yeah, because you are also streaming the video too. So
and
yeah,
I will
usually it becomes so
remove my containers as well. So I don't want them.
cool.
So
so unrelated
yeah,
question: how much RAM do you have in your computer?
20 GB. Why?
No, it's like usually what happens is when people come on the stream, right? Even my computer is like when I'm streaming and like screen share is on, and then we have like containers running, and like, yours was flawless, so it didn't get stuck. So that's why I was
Yeah. So
asking.
I have 8 thread, 4 core, 20 GB RAM, and some 10 GB swap as well.
Ah,
So
nice. Cool. Yeah, that's why
yeah.
this stream went like very smooth. Cool.
Okay. So what next? We take questions or we do. So what I recently came across is someone asked, can we set up custom images using the easy install? So so now so I added this. This was the question that can someone same thing that we cannot do production the same. This is a repeat question that people start a ERP Next container and then they exec into that container and then they
And then
try to
they try
get
to
a,
install app.
yeah, and then it fails. So I always point to FAQ, which points to custom image building. But then people say that I want it as part of easy install. Easy install is right now doing just ERP next image by default. It is not doing anything else. So then I said I have a PR, and then probably this will work. So this might install the game plan somewhere if you want to try.
Okay, nice.
If you want to try it now
Uh, Maybe.
or
So can we
question.
do like the VM thing? I
Like
am like
yes,
pretty excited. So let's. So like I had requested Revant yesterday that like let's get a VM up and running so you can visit right the IP colon something and then like your real what do you say production setup running. Oh, so
yeah.
I forgot like people who are with us like just post emojis, right? I forgot like it's been 2 weeks, so I forget stuff. But yeah, where are the emojis?
Which emojis?
You will say like the
Okay,
audience has some emojis coming. Let's
okay,
show
okay.
Revant. Yeah, yeah, you can
So we
proceed,
will
Revant.
create a VM, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Learning. I
What's
think
learning?
there is dev m. I think that's the best one, I believe.
Yeah, let's go with
Uh,
something feasible, not 32 gigabyte RAM.
yeah.
It will cost you.
But they
That's on
had
your call
dev.
because we are going to kill it anyways.
Yeah, we are going to kill it anyway. But they had few.
Maybe not in Paris one. Select something else. Amsterdam. No.
They removed that. I did they remove that dev m dev? I don't know. Everything is now. Why is it so? Yeah, dev. This is dev. Yeah, dev m. We can go with this one.
2 gigabyte
What do,
RAM is
what do,
fine.
we don't have to build the assets in the VM, so we can go with this one. We generally go with 4 GB RAM because we do bench update, and that causes the bench build to get triggered, and bench build consumes a lot of RAM.
Mm-hmm.
So
Let's go with 4.
let's yeah, let's go
That's
with
fine.
4 so it doesn't cause any problem.
Yeah, yeah. It might cause issues.
Yeah, so we will do Ubuntu same, and then so
So there is a
save
question.
me.
Hemant asks, maybe I
Oh,
misunderstood concept, but for production, if all apps are installed and have ERP next running, how do we migrate the data from backups? Do we just copy the backup and restore in the container? Will that work?
yes, yeah. As long as your bench, the image has all the apps
Mm-hmm.
which were there in the previous version. As long as you have all the apps, uh, just the migrate should work.
Cool.
So so now from 13 to 14, I believe you need to add apps like India compliance, HRMS, and all those things. But uh, from if you are already on 14 with all the set of apps and you go to 15 with the same set of apps, it should work.
Got it. So I
Because
usually suggest
13,
this to people migrating like major versions that okay now create a new bench, have it in the state you want to be, then like back up and restore, right? Don't try to like pull and migrate. That's my
okay.
suggestion. Yeah. Yeah, so it's
So I will
possible in
just
container as well. Cool.
okay. I will just create this. So now I have this container. Mm, This is running.
VM. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it will take some time to start the port
2
22.
minutes, I guess. It takes 2 to 3 minutes. Okay. Yeah, now it
Yes.
works.
Yeah, I am in the VM.
So yeah,
I have my
Revant is using
SSH.
Hetzner, but like
No, this
sorry,
is Scaleway.
Scaleway. Sorry,
Scaleway.
Scaleway. But you can use anything like Hetzner or Dio, or it's just a normal Ubuntu VM.
Once we have this VM, I am in. I have SSH into this VM.
Mm-hmm.
I will try to. Now this is all experimental because I will try to go to bench and do easy install.
So are we
Right?
not using the game plan container?
We are doing that same thing,
Yeah,
but
using
but
install.
the easy install. So instead of this wget, what I will try to do is my wget from my custom image. So this one, this easy install.
Cool.
This is my pull request. If this gets merged, this will be part of everyone's easy
So
install.
if we didn't want to do like easy install, what would be the steps
Uh,
to pull the basically the
so
game plan image on the container without using
so
easy install?
with easy what we easy install does is I will just show you this compose. What easy install does is it uses this compose from Frappe Docker directory.
Mm-hmm.
It uses this compose, and that compose has Frappe ERP Next image set as default.
Okay, so your PR basically will let users customize this image part.
Yes.
Uh-huh. So does easy install also install Docker and all?
Yes, easy install does Docker, easy install does SSL, all that.
Okay,
So
nice.
that's why this was the how do I add custom apps while using easy install script. I want to use it because it takes care of all the issues caused by setting up
Setting
SSL and
nice.
all that.
Let's do it.
So so that's why I added that PR where if you can see the screen, if I find the image, I read the file and I replace the image this with image that, basically
Cool.
our image.
Let's do it.
Uh, so I I found I got this file. I will wget this.
Inside the VM. Nice.
Yes, that's what documentation says, right? So we will just follow. We are just following the documentation. Uh, yes. So now instead of this, at let this be Revant at erpnext.com. There is no such email, but I don't want it to remind me to renew the certificate of this.
That's fine.
Yeah. So this Python 3 ERP next, I will just do help here first, just for the. Uh, so we have image as well now.
Nice.
Right. So we paste this. So we and version I call it latest because the tag is latest. Image I call it from here.
Okay,
Okay.
the image we built and pushed.
Yes. Now easy install prod email is now there is one thing that is missing that we need to first do. We copy this IP address, uh, public IP, and How do we set the site name? Minus S
Mm-hmm.
uh, bwh dot castlecraft.in. Okay.
Yeah. So this will be the site name.
Yes. So I have to set it in.
I don't know. I suddenly had a deja vu kind of thing that we have done this before. We haven't, but yeah. I don't know.
Uh,
You
yeah. So
visiting the Scaleway site and you setting up DNS records. I don't know.
might be something else we might have done. So I will just add a name record with BWH, right?
Yeah.
That's what BWH,
Nice.
and the IP address is here, right? I save this record. I think it should be there.
Cool.
It should start working. Let's see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's do.
So I just specified site, everything. Now
IP
this is the
address?
first time. What?
You copied the IP address, right? What was the
Yeah,
use
I
of that?
copied the IP address
Oh,
and then
for
I said
okay, cool, cool. For pointing to
BWH.
the DNS. Mm-hmm.
Yes, bwh.castlecraft.in. So on this VM, I am executing this command, and let's hope that nothing fails and everything works as expected.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
installing Docker. Nice. Let's see.
Now, if Atul is watching, he has written all this.
He was here for, I think, he was in the chat for some time and then maybe he left. But yeah. So there was an easy install script way back, and then he revamped it to use Docker,
Yes.
like rewrote it a few months ago.
Now I have not even started the VM with screen, and so if anything goes wrong, it's it's gone. So I SSH again. Let's hope
Cool.
nothing goes wrong.
So can you share this command? People are asking.
Yeah,
Okay.
something went wrong.
Okay, let's. If it easily fixable,
Uh,
let's fix.
uh, mm, just a minute. Now I don't know how to do this.
That's fine. Like take your time. Let's fix this, get it up and running, and then we can close the stream.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now where did it go wrong? I don't know. Docker, yes, Docker is there.
Mm-hmm.
So
What if we rerun? Let's try rerun.
yeah, we can do that. I will just remove the files, log, Frappe, compose, Frappe Docker. Yeah. No, some. Uh,
Oh, it's dash dash sites, I guess. Dash dash isn't working. I guess so.
no, it has both.
Okay, let's try it. Maybe. No. Now it's.
Oh, it takes site name,
Mm-hmm.
but it also takes S.
Okay, that should have worked. Some other issue.
Yeah. So I didn't try this. I didn't try this part before. So please refer an example which keys are set, but Just a minute.
Maybe there needs to be some environment variables or something.
Yeah, this is empty. This seems to be empty. So what we will do is we will now. Okay, I think we should not try this one with the
Mhm.
custom image. This might need fix. We can try the official one without the custom image,
Mhm.
but that
Maybe
will
your
just install ERP next.
so how about like we pull the stuff and like bring the containers up ourselves because
Yeah,
Docker is
we
there,
can
right?
do that. Yeah, we can do that. We can do that.
Yeah,
We
let's do
can
that.
do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I think
we
Docker
will
is the only
do.
thing. Docker and Docker Compose are the only thing we need to like pull and bring up the images.
Yes, but
Mm-hmm.
we will do that with easy install because it does everything for us. That's what the
Yeah, let's do it.
complaint was.
Your call. Your call. Whatever works.
So I will just pull with the official one because that works.
Cool.
And
So Atul is back again. Can you check logs again? Okay.
okay, do you want to? We can.
Might be the which Docker failing.
Uh, I will which one? This one I will pull first. This is my easy install,
Mm-hmm.
and we will execute that with the same command that was failing. Okay, there is no log here, nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I am I have added this part to the file. Maybe that caused the corruption to the whole file. That's why I was going back. But let's do that. So this is failing, and this is the log. So
Can you put the image
and
in quotation marks?
okay, okay, yes, yeah, the latest. So actually, latest should not be part of image because that's part of the version. No, the file is also empty somehow.
Can you try with that? Like putting in the quotes?
Okay, okay, just again we'll try.
Like 5 minutes, but fine.
No,
No.
we will try this the official one.
Yeah, yeah. Let's do the official one.
Uh, Anything else? Not required, I guess. That's it. I
Yeah.
will just do. Okay, this is working. So the my script needs fix. I will check that.
Cool. So there is something in the chat. Can you check Revant?
Which chat?
Like the last one, the latest. I didn't get it. They have pasted some log output, I guess.
Yeah, something is wrong with my script. That's for sure. I will check later. So now in I think we should have this running. We can replace like we can replace this image with our own and then get the game plan running. That can happen. Like it will
Cool.
take some 5-10 minutes more, but it can happen. If you if we have a hard stop at 4:30, then this
The
once this
audience
gets up,
is.
yeah,
I think the audience, if you don't have a problem, we can extend like 10 minutes more.
yeah, we can
But
extend. We can
but
extend
depends
and
on the
get
audience if they want to see it.
okay. Yeah, if they we will have ERP next running for sure. Like this is what is happening. Oh, we created a wrong site. That is also another thing.
Which was
Why
the
did
site
it
name?
why did it didn't pick the site name? Or this
Atul, can
error
you?
message might be this message is wrong. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. We
Let's
have
let's
something
let
to work on after the stream. Oh, it's site names or dash s. Okay, site names.
okay. Site name is the
Okay,
output.
the help is wrong, I guess. But help is
How
automatically
will it?
generated.
Yeah, it is auto-generated help by arc parts. Sites is comma separated. That can be there.
But yeah, it's a single, then it should handle it, right? That's fine. Let's create another site with like the those containers.
Yes.
Yeah, people want the game plan to be running, so let's do that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we will do some hacking here, but we will get it running.
That's fine. Like every episode is like that, I guess. So there is some raw part to it. Like some episodes that I do solo are like completely raw. From the start, everything is going wrong, and then I'm fixing stuff the whole 2 hours. But yeah,
Yeah.
today went like unexpectedly smooth. So I was expecting
No,
something
no,
to,
no.
yeah,
This this VM part, I didn't
plan.
try it out. Yeah, I didn't try it
That's
out. The
fine.
rest of the
That's fine.
parts, I knew that game plan needs that extra database and all that.
No, that's fine. That's fine. That's the part of the stream that okay, you get to see raw stuff that's going behind the scene. Cool.
Yeah, we have to watch this logs or anything else if anyone has any.
Yeah, if you have any questions, like start posting now. Uh, we'll answer them as we go. And like actually, my ears are paining because the one earphones that I had like broke down while I was traveling to Mumbai, and then this were like the spare I had before I could buy a new one. So now I realize why I didn't use this one. Lot of pain. Cool. I'll get something after this episode because next week is also a collab episode.
Okay. I don't have patience.
That's fine. Let's pull. So Ashish asks, what is the command you use to get official ERP next image? So it's the default one, I guess, right? You don't specify anything and it will install Frappe plus ERP next.
Yes, it created the site this site basically. That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, anyways, we are
That's
not going to
that's
use it.
Yeah, that's actually good because we won't
Yeah, now we can
use
use
the same
the name.
actual name. Yes.
Cool.
So we have this compose file as well, right? You use VI.
I don't.
Okay.
So I know
Yes.
like how to exit it and like do I and enter a few
I
keywords,
I
but
want to
mostly I use nano.
replace. So we don't use VI and nano. We use the. We will just get the command for 14, and we will use sed. Right. Where is the gist? Yeah. So what we're doing. Mm,
We are trying to replace. Oh,
so
oh, it is
it is
creating
also
the other side as well. So yeah, Atul is saying okay. Something is
okay.
wrong, man, with the script.
Okay, okay. So now it is also creating that side, and it has set site one to current site. Okay. So we will have to drop those sites, nothing else. What we can drop it, right? Drop this side, nothing that. So
What does Atul say?
okay, this happens. So what we will do is we will replace our image. So for that I have this sed command. I will just use the same one.
Cool.
I will copy this, paste it here. This image is 1440, right?
Yep.
And file is Frappe compose. Yeah, we replaced the image with ours.
Mm-hmm.
Now uh, we also do same for game plan, install game plan.
Cool. Yeah, Atul says drop
So
the local one.
yeah, I'll drop it. I'll drop both because we need to have
Yeah, bwh.castlecraft.in.
yes, host is host. That is fine. Yeah, we need to remove this from there. This is all fine.
Yeah, looks okay.
There is
I don't think there will be install app. Will there be?
let's just confirm it's not fine.
Now it has changed the current site.
What we did we change?
No, no.
Did we?
Uh, I don't know what changed.
No, I don't want to modify the buffer. I think nothing changed. So Docker compose ls. We have this project running from here.
Mm-hmm.
So Docker compose project Frappe file Frappe compose up. This will redo that. Before that, we will just exec into the container. Now we are in the container and we will drop the site. Okay, for dropping the site, we need passwords. We have them here. Yes. Yeah. So bench drop no backup. Uh, site one dot local. I will just drop both.
Cool. Revant, if you want to have some water or something, you can. Like basically, I was having water the whole time.
Okay. Yeah, I will just a minute. pwh dot
Yeah.
pwh dot passive dot. I think traffic has set it up. Should have set it up. No. There are some errors with the certificate. Certificates are not yet set up correctly. Okay, sites have been dropped. I'll just draw or remove this because it has ERP next in it, and we don't want that.
Cool.
I'll remove that as well. Everything else is fine. And I do Docker Compose up again. Now it is pulling my other image.
Yeah, the one we pushed. Game plan image.
Yes.
Running 10 of 8. What?
What?
11 of 8. I don't know what type of progress it is showing.
Okay.
So Dhruv asks, how can we set up GitHub pipeline to run the custom images in AKS?
Part two.
Part 2. Cool.
Uh, uh, yeah, I have a repository for EKS that I have shared on forum as well. You can go through that. Uh, I will just open it in a new window. AW, AWS EKS ERP Next. Uh, and my name. There must be some, yes, this repository. This repo, if you go here, this is a Flux CD repo. You can just scroll down to the bottom and bootstrap this using the repo, and it will install everything for you. You have to make some changes as per your EKS variables, and then you bootstrap that. But then
Cool.
before that, you need a lot of understanding. For that, we need part two.
Cool.
Right?
Yeah.
So yeah, this is Docker exec. Now we can do new site. Uh, no, no MariaDB socket. Uh, this should be enough. Frappe and game plan are there. So this should work.
Cool. Mm-mm.
Frappe event streaming. Why is this happening? This is 15 dev only, right?
Yeah.
So why does it require event streaming? Well, try to just install Frappe. Okay, it is now installing Frappe. It didn't install Frappe at first, and now it is.
Maybe this dash dash install app flag has something.
Okay. This is nothing. This is part of Vents. This should work ideally.
Yeah.
Let's
Maybe
install it
it's
after
not
that.
working. Yeah.
So has it changed?
So where does this happen? The certificate generation?
In the traffic container. So if we see this log, I think it is called proxy. Yeah, cannot issue domain for site. Okay, that is fine. So we will. Okay. So it is this got messed up. So we will just restart this container. Okay. Why is it here again? Yeah. Okay. We have some progress, but let's let it complete and probably we'll restart everything again and then it might. But the certificate is secure now. Certificate is valid and it is Let's Encrypt, so it worked. Hello.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. So now, yeah,
Nice.
we are,
So I
we
have
have
like confetti on my screen, but I can't trigger the confetti from here. Otherwise I would have. Finally, we have it.
administrator password is this.
Now the above one. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, everything works. Live site.
Yeah. And how do we go to desk from here?
No, no. So you have to do slash app.
There is no
Yeah,
link.
currently there is no, but we are working. Like there is a design, proposed design
Okay.
where you can switch to other apps as well.
Okay.
Let's see how that turns out.
So this doesn't autocomplete enter. So administrator, I will just copy this because everyone knows administrator password and then we will proceed. So this system is running. Let's see what's there. Any errors? This is develop branch, so some things are expected ready here. We don't know.
Yeah, everything else works. Nice.
Yeah, there is no socket IO error. There is no polling of socket IO happening.
So Socket.io works.
Yeah, there is some other error that's there, but not socket IO. So yeah, so
Cool.
this is how we installed custom app. We will fix the script, and everyone will be able to pass the image name
Image
and install
directly, then
custom.
you don't have to manually do whatever we did, like the later
Yeah.
part. If you have just ERP next, just do the easy install and it should work on your VM.
Yes.
Nice.
No, it needs. We found out that it
Yeah,
creates
yeah,
site
yeah.
one
The site
locally.
one dot. Cool, cool. So maybe
Yes.
Atul or you can like
Yes.
fix it after the stream.
Yeah, we will. Okay.
So I will stop your screen
So I will
sharing.
keep this site. Yeah, I'll delete this site because it's on
Yeah, yeah,
YouTube.
yeah.
So
Yeah, yeah, and we have the password as well. So,
yeah.
and you need to free the
Okay.
VM as well. So once
Yeah.
you
So I
destroy the
will drop.
VM, then
Yeah.
cool.
So you share the gist, this one, and everyone can follow.
Yeah, I have shared the gist, and like I will add it to description as well. So currently it's only in live chat, but
Okay.
yeah, it was nice.
Okay.
Thanks for joining,
So
Revant. Thanks very much, and soon we'll plan part two with more
okay.
advanced stuff. And
Yeah.
yeah, people, you can like rewind back, rewatch if you miss at some point. If you have any issues, like go to discuss.frappe.io and like post your questions if you run into some issues. Revant is always there. He was like, he won the best forum contributor award last year,
Yeah.
and yeah, I forgot to mention that.
Yes.
Thanks for all
Thanks.
you do for the community, Revant. Uh, Once
Thank you.
again, cool.
Yeah. See you.
So, see you, everyone. Have a nice day. We'll end the
Bye.
stream here. Goodbye,
Okay.
guys.
Bye.